Hi, it's Eden. Welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about spoon theory. Spoon theory was created by a lovely lady named Christine Miserandino. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name. She has a chronic illness, which is lupus. For those of you who don't know, lupus is an autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system attacks healthy tissue instead of unhealthy tissue. Common symptoms include swollen joints, fevers, chest pains, hair loss, mouth ulcers, lymph nodes that are all swollen, tiredness, and this red rash. It usually shows around here on the face. It's otherwise known as a butterfly rash, but it usually only shows up up around here. So there's no real way to know how lupus is contracted because it's an autoimmune disease, so it's not passed from person to person. It is generally involved in genetics and the external environment, so the amount of stress that you're in. But lupus is really sucks. I'm sorry that you have lupus. Christine has had lupus for a very long time, and obviously some days are good, some days are bad. If you're interested, check out her website, butyoudontlook.sick.com. One particular post that she put up a few years ago now, but has gained a lot of attention over the years because of just how relevant and how amazing the metaphor is. So here we go, spoon theory. Here is the post in its entirety, and it's a pretty interesting read, highly recommended. Cool story, huh? I like spoon theory because, as Christine says at the end of her story, it's a great way to describe what it's like to have to portion your energy out every day, especially when you're living with disability or illness. I've always had trouble organizing my life because I always find that I will wake up feeling like I have infinite energy, or wake up feeling like I have to draw in infinite energy from whatever source I can, whether it be coffee, sugar, carbohydrates, whatever, and that this will give me pseudo spoons. This will give me the spoons that I need to be able to go through the day. I feel like spoon theory is so good at explaining what it's like to have to portion your energy every day, to have to think about the things you need to do, whether it be housework, whether it be taking care of your family, whether it be work, school, outings, shopping, friends, dinner, everything, anything that you need to do throughout the day, depending on the complexity of the task, is going to cost you one spoon or more. If you're suffering from disability or illness and you are confused at how to portion your energy, remember the spoon theory. Remember that when you wake up every morning, you only have a set number of spoons. Remember that because each task can take a spoon, or sometimes more, depending on how complex it is, that the more spoons you take away, the less spoons that you'll have at the end of the day. Remember that your energy is finite. Remember that it's okay to not do those dishes because you're using your spoons for something that is good and well and productive. You're using your spoon to catch up with your friend. You're using your spoon to do something productive. You're using your spoon to do something that is meaningful to you. Sometimes there are days where you can't waste your energy on the small tasks. There are days where I will wake up and I will realize that I haven't cleaned my house in weeks. I have dishes piling up. I have clothes that need washing. I have so many small tasks to do that anybody in a normal position with a neurotypical brain would easily be able to go understand and go and do these tasks. But for me, it's different. For me, I have to decide what's more important, to get my kid to school on time or to do the dishes. And then I usually have to sit down and take a break afterwards. I also think it's important when talking about the spoon theory to remember that when you do get down to 1 or 0 spoons, that it's okay to sit down and take a break. It's okay if you do use all your spoons in one day. It's okay if there are things that need to be done. Be kind to yourself. You'll get them done when you have enough spoons to do them. So, how do we use spoon theory to our advantage? The best way is to simply practice it when you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning, have a think about how you're feeling and how much energy you have for the day. Once you have an idea of how you are feeling and the types of tasks you feel you can do and can't do depending on energy, you can really structure your day around that. So if you have enough energy to be able to get up and go to work, come back home, but that's it, then do so. I feel like we can combine spoon theory with Gary Halbert's box of many things. The box of many things is amazing because it helps as well. It helps us to organize the things that we need to do in our day. I have talked about this in the podcast, but I will just talk about it again. The box of many things organizes our tasks from urgent and important to not urgent and not important. If you are the type of person who likes to write these things down or make mental lists or what have you, then absolutely use the box of many things. It's a really great way of working out what's important in your life and what needs doing straight away and what can wait until you have more spoons in the day. For me, things like dishes go in box 3, which is they're important but they're not urgent. They do need doing. Yes, I understand that. Everybody needs dishes to eat off of. Everybody needs a fork. Everybody needs a fork. Everybody needs a knife and fork. So they are very important, but it's okay if you don't get them done every day, because whilst they're important, they're not urgent. The cool thing about the box of many things as well is the box of many things is fluid, meaning that a task that might not feel urgent or important one day can become urgent and important the next. So it's a great way of keeping an eye on tasks as they move up the ranks of urgency and importance. So use your box of many things, work out how many spoons you've got in the day when you wake up, and attack the most important things first. If you haven't had a shower, and that's an urgent, important thing for you to do because you need to go out that day, do so. It'll cost you a spoon, of course it will, but it's urgent, it's important, and it's done. If there is a particular project or complex task that you need to work on, and you know it's going to use 3 to 4 spoons for you to do that, you can now plan your day around it. You can go, okay, I know I need to do this task and I know it's going to cost a lot of my energy today. I can also see in my box of many things that this is the only important thing that I need to do today. So I will make sure that the task is done, and if I have any spoons left over, I might be able to attack some of those extra urgent, not important, or important, not urgent things. But at the end of the day, always remember that things do change. So using a box of many things is helpful, but your tasks will change. The priority of the urgency of the tasks will always shift. If you have an important meeting that is then cancelled and moved to next week, well, that thing is now important but not urgent, and that goes from box 1 to box 3. As you can see, using both of them in conjunction is a really great way of portioning your energy out and just ensuring that you get the important things done. And really, at the end of the day, that's all you want to do. Some people can wake up with an infinite amount of spoons, as Christine had said. A normal person can wake up and feel like they have several million tasks to do that day and just be able to plug through and get them done. When you have a disability or when you have a mental illness, it becomes so much harder because there is no infinicy. There is no way of knowing how you are going to feel. There is no way of knowing how many spoons you're going to have that day. If you are struggling to find time to do things into the day because you just don't have the energy to get to everything, use the box of many things, use the spoon theory, and work out what are the important things that you need to do. That's all I have to say for today. My name is Eden. Thanks for dropping by. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Eden Waffles. I'm on Reddit at Eden Waffles. I'll eventually get a Facebook page together when I have enough spoons. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week. Ta-ta.